that we have to be coming to attend some of our meetings by ourselves.
I sent an email to DG and I like what she did. I've seen pausing for the first time. Within 10 minutes, she replied the mail. I said it around 6 a.m. shows the kind of person she is. I want to thank her for passing this meeting. I will start with the introduction. My name is James Oreshola. I happen to be the national president of the Environment Ecosystem-Based Adaptation Food Security Assembly in Nigeria. And then I will shift to the next person. I need to introduce him too. That's Dr. Richard Munang. He is the African Climate Change Coordinator from UNEP. At the same time, the Ecosystem-Based Adaptation Food Security Assembly Coordinator. He's wearing two caps. He's here from visual visits and big song, and now that's one of the strategic places we need to visit. So I'm green, we'll hear from him very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's introduction for everyone.
Yes, so let's introduce our own side. Yes. So good morning. You're welcome to NAFDAC. My name is Sharif Olagunju. I'm the Director of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition in NAFDAC. And, my office is based in Lagos. And we've been asked to meet with you by the Director General. She asked us to meet with you. That you were informed that you were going to pay consideration to us here.
Yes.
So with me, I have the Special Assistant to the DG, who is the person of Mr. Tayo Elupeju. Right. And then I have one of our deputy directors from Lagos, Mr. Abdusalam Musigis. And then you have one of our assistant directors based here in Abuja, Mrs. Bobo. And the young lady, Amarachi.
Local estimates.
So you're welcome to NAFDAC. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate the opportunity, short notice, and we are having this meeting this morning.
Yes.
This is my fifth time of coming to Abuja, to Nigeria, I think. Yes. So I feel like I'm home. I'm just next door neighbors here, so I'm very happy to be here. So thank you, Director, for the introduction. Madam Boboy, and the Special Assistant to the Director General and the Assistant Directors. I just want to give an overview of why we are here and why this meeting is very strategic, not only for Nigeria but for the entire Africa.
Yes.
And I like to put my discussions within the context of African proverbs because there is some profound wisdom packed in African proverbs. And the first one that I like to start with is that if your cornfield is far from your heart, the birds will eat your corn. If your cornfield is far from your house, the bird will eat your corn.
Yes.
Over years, I have come to appreciate this wisdom, especially this kind of proverb, because it tells us that to prioritize. It tells us to prioritize what we value. If we value something, then we must prioritize it.
Yes.
And if we don't prioritize it, then we'll lose it to someone else. So what we need to do is that with the world in which we are living in now, if you are producing something, you cannot just produce it because it needs to be produced, but you must produce it because you know that it will also bring you value in terms of money, in terms of also quality that people eat. And there is another African proverb which goes that if the cockroach wants to rule over the chicken, then it must hire the fox as a bodyguard. Yes, though this sounds funny and comical, in the context of this discussion that we're having this morning, this proverb tells us one thing, that in today's market-driven economies, any action we take must master the market. It must master the market to guarantee sustainability.
Yeah.
So these proverbs summarize my message that I want to have a discussion with you here this morning, which is prioritizing what we have with the aim of mastering the market. And I am glad that this discussion is not starting from scratch. It's going to build on what NAFDAC and SON are already doing. Because the logic we want to bring is that we don't want to reinvent the wheel. we want to build on what you're already doing with standards, so that they are not seen as silo standards, but they are connected across a continuum to be able to connect the dots, so that there is a bigger picture and more sustainability to what we do. Because if you take Nigeria, for example, every year Nigeria is losing food worth $9 billion US as a result of post-harvest losses. This is food that could actually be converted. This lost food could be converted to ensure food secure homes. It could generate more revenue for the government. It could create more income opportunities for the Nigerian youth and create enterprises across the entire country. And if we are to be able to have a common standard that can be able to connect the dots, how you produce without destroying the environment, how you add value without adding to emissions in the atmosphere, which will have impacts not just on the environment but also on people's health, how you transport and how you connect to markets. If we can see this through this entire continuum, we will be reducing the losses and creating more opportunities for people. So at the agency level, especially NAFDAC, I'm talking of NAFDAC being able to leverage on synergistic application of standards spanning different sectors to enhance its organizational aim. And the interesting part of this is that in Nigeria, what I noticed is that you have two agencies. You have NAFDAC that is in charge of food safety and drugs. Then the SON, we call it the SON, you call it here SON, right? Yeah. So maybe after my discussion, I would like to understand the difference between the two. But regardless, the most important thing is the logic. And NAFDAC, as I understand, is quite very, very crucial in ensuring that we can be able to realize this strategic vision. So nothing is timelier than these standards that we're discussing, because if you look at Nigeria, the intent of Nigeria is to implement climate obligations which they've signed up to, is to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, in which Goal 2 is on food security, is to ensure that it achieves its Vision 2020, which is premised around a socio-economic transformation to lift everyone from the bottom of the pyramid, but not at the expense of the environment, but ensuring that everyone actually progress, but at the same time with the environment protected. So these standards will open new opportunities for Nigeria to consolidate a market in 54 African countries, and at the same time also consolidate an opportunity to benefit from the $150 billion US a year, which is currently not tapped into as we speak today. It's currently not tapped into as we speak today. And the good news as we're speaking is that in March this year, African head of states came together and adopted this intercontinental African free trade, which is worth more than $3.4 trillion US in terms of GDPs of the country. But the question then is, with all this agreement they're adopting, will they be able to have a market that can be able to have what is produced in a way that it is packaged, that can be good for someone's health? So the beauty of this Barbosa compliance standards, which as indicated is not reinventing the wheel, is that it does not reinvent the wheel. It aggregates and collects already existing standards in Nigeria, international and national normative standards already applied and enforceable by NAFDAC and the SON, so they can be enforced in an interconnected cascade as one overarching standards. And I'm going to explain this. So the Barbosa Nigeria compliance standards, what it does is that it's going to cover three aspects, critical compliance aspects. The first is environmental compliance, which is going to cover specifications in clean energy, in nature-based agricultural techniques, what we call EVA-driven agriculture, climate-smart agriculture, low carbon information communication technology, enable market and supply supply chain linkages. The second, which I think this is where you're already dealing with, is health compliance, which covers non-chemicalized, non-polluted production processes along the entire production continuum, and the quality compliance, which covers quality and safety along the entire production. Then there is the verification and enforcement part, will be actualized on leveraging on already existing structures by NAFDAC. And this brings me to my first advantage point, that I think that NAFDAC
will